Today in my pretend cooking show, we are making Jibarito two ways. One of them is something I thought of that I think it will be delicious. That's not the traditional way, and the other one is the traditional way in a sandwich form. I've been wanting a Jibarito forever, and I don't feel like driving the 2 hours to Chicago to where it's sold. When you come to Chicago, you come for a few things. You come for the stuffed pizza, you come for Italian beefs, you come for lollipop chicken, you come for, what else, a Chicago dog, and you come for the Jibarito. This Jibarito is similar to, it's kind of a few countries. Puerto Rico, Venezuela, and Colombia. It's similar to the patacon. Patacon is more loaded. This one is more concentrated in lettuce, tomato, the aioli, and the carne guisada, the steak. And that's what we're doing today. And if that's your thing, and if you miss Chicago, and I'm going to show you how you could do it at home. And I'm going to put this together, I think, reasonably in a half hour. I think I could do it in a half hour.
Very wrong. So very, very wrong.
Okay, I have my plantains in there, and they're not to cook. It's just to soften them up so they can separate easier from the peel. See, it's like changing color. The part that's ready to go, and it's hot, hot. Now I'm going to drain my plantains. It's just hot. Okay, I'm running some cold water in there so I could touch them and peel them up. They're cooled off a little bit and dry them off. And I'm just basically going to peel them. Big old banana. Down the center. Do a few slits. And then I'm going to cook them in half and then in fourths. So basically fourths. And you see, this one's a lot more pliable now. Comes off nicely. Look at that, look at that. And that's just, I just put them in there less than 5 minutes. Less than 5 minutes, and then made them nice and pliable. Beautiful. Next. And I just keep doing this to all 4 bananas. Plátanos, bananos, nanners, them in half. Just straight down the middle, just like that. See? Okay, now I'm going to get started on marinating my meat. Okay? And in here, I have my sofrito that I made a while ago. That's going to go in there. And this is like a traditional sofrito that you make. Come on. That I freeze, and then when I need it, it comes out. I was supposed to make this dish yesterday, but it got really gloomy and muggy, and it really is. I couldn't film. Like right now, it's like too bright, right? Let me go this way. Fighting with the light. Let me fix this. There we go. Better. But yeah, I was too dark in the kitchen, and I wanted it to be visible of actually what I'm doing. So this is why I'm filming it today. Now the meat, you're gonna put all your good stuff on here. So all your good flavor is gonna go in here. You're gonna put your paprika, your black pepper, your cilantro, your smoked pepper, oregano, your adobo, and your cumin. So let me grab that stuff because I don't see my adobo here. All right, let me come back. Okay, I think before I marinate my meat, I gotta put on my plantains because the oil is hot. Look at me balancing here. Look at that, balancing everything. My life, my plátanos, and it's really hot. Okay, nice. Do a double fry. The first one is to cook them. The second one is to flatten them and cook them and get them nice and crispy. And I think I'm gonna have to. These two, I'm not gonna fit in there. I'm gonna make it fit. Make it fit. Maybe put them this way. Tetris it in there. Tetris! I used to play that game to help me fall asleep because I have problems sleeping. So I'm going to play Tetris. Okie dokie. Got that. Back to my meat. Bring it over here. And here, I am going to cut my meat in half so it can fit in the pot and also be more the size of my sandwich because I'm going to make those plantains in half too. So I'm going to do that with my meat as well. And this is just going to get seasoned. And more because you're going to make the meat like a guisado. But I was thinking I'm going to give a little bit of a char to it so it can have a little bit of flavor, but that wouldn't be traditional to it. So I'm going to put it in exactly how it's supposed to be done. And that's how I'm going to make my meat. And it's actually a little bit easier too. Panda, no, that does not mean you come here. Thank you. He's already going to come lie down by my feet. Oh, no, he's going the other way. put some Spanish paprika, my cumino, onion powder. I only have a little bit left. I'm going to use all of it. And more so, you're just like balancing flavors in it. My cilantro. I'm also going to use some fresh cilantro. There we go. And my oregano. Like I said, I'm going to use beef stock and I'm going to use wine to make my meat along with my potato in there. So I'm going to cut out my onion now. I'm going to rinse this. Be right back. Let's check out my plátanos. Okay, I'm going to put the ones that I put in directly in the middle. Good, look at them. Good. Okay, and of course the ones that need more time, I'll give them more time because I thought my paella dish was going to be big enough for them, but some big plátanos I chose. Like I figured the bigger the plátano, the bigger the sandwich. Maybe I should have cut them in half so they are frying up nicely. Okie doke, next part. My meat is on. It's going to start getting nice and bubbly, and I'm going to do it first without the wine or the beef stock in there, so it can start, marinating and all its little flavor. And kind of the meat of the jibarito kind of reminds me of the Italian beef. You simmer it in its juices, and to get the most flavor in it. And the flavor of the jibarito is mainly in the meat and the garlic, which I have a lot of garlic. I have to put the garlic in here because here goes. Yeah, the garlic is the star of the show. That's what makes the jibarito. That sauce they put on top of it, it's just garlic and oil. And you make the garlic aioli from the inside, mayo garlic, and that would be delicious. And this is just, you see, I haven't even put any liquid in here. It's already simmering in its own juices. Let me show you. You see? You're already getting nice and saucy in there. My kitchen right now smells absolutely divine. Divine. This is going to be my onions for my jibarito. They're going to get thrown in there too, and they're going to simmer in those juices and get all yummy and caramelize in there before I put the stock in there. Do you remember right here with garlic roll? Very handy. Very, very handy. Ooh, I can't throw that stuff away. I'm going to be making my own veggie stock, so you save all this little stuff here. So that's not garbage. Okay, let me chop my onions. You know how I love doing that. So much easier now that I have my little knives. They are on my bendable. Anything I use in the kitchen is in my bendable. Not because I'm telling you to buy it, but if it's convenient and handy for you, get it. Makes the job in the kitchen easier, faster. Does not make you better at chopping things, because look at me here, I'm struggling. Okay, I'm going to go this way because I want all my little fingers today. More slice I could get out of it. Yeah, I did. Okay. And this is going to get thrown into my meat. Okay. Now my rice is nothing fancy. It's the same thing. I put the achot in there, the little sazon packets in there. The one with the achot there because I like the color and it gives it a good flavor. I already have rice. Put that in there. It's been soaking for a little bit. Get it nice and plump. Alright, and I add a little bit more water. And today the food is garlic. And then on top of that, I'm going to add my beans. And these are already washed. And do this. Stir that up. Get it nice and yummy. And to my rice, I am going to add a little bit of the sofrito to give it a little bit more jazzy flavor. And maybe about a tablespoon in there. Cooker. That's how you know your rice is going to be yummy. It sings to you. This is how my meat's looking. Getting yummy. Look who's cooking with me, Mr. Panda. Here comes Mr. Chocolate. Alright, we're going to start pounding these out. And make them half sizes. Press them. Oh, that looks good. I don't have the muscles. I've seen these people at the restaurant make them. My plantains next time, instead of being like longer, they need to be a little bit chubbier when I pick them to make this dish. I'm going to try to do 2 at a time and see what happens. A little bit more difficult. More oomph to it. Definitely more oomph. Okay. Alright, that is looking beautiful. Hi Panda, how you doing? This is going to be second fry. Okay, this is where you get the crispy part. So they stay together. Oh, like this one's already breaking apart on me. It's okay. Focus on the good, not the bad. That one came out good, see? That one came out great. Look how gorgeous she is. That. That is simply divine. Look at those onions. Oh, those onions are delicious. Cover this up. Now I'm going to make my garlic aioli. And this is how the plantains are coming out. Okay. This on its own tastes delicious. It doesn't need the pepper or the salt for the sake of that's the way you do it. And I'm pretty sure it adds the balance and everything like that. Oh, that's too much. Too much. The rest is for left. Alright, I'm going to shake it around. So yummy. So freaking yummy. Alright, remember I said that I was going to make it two ways. With these tostones, I'm going to make croutons. With the ones that you know are smaller. And with this, I'm going to make a jibarito salad. And basically, if you take apart a whole jibarito, it's a big salad. Right? That's what it counts as. So, there was some casualties because I got away from the stove and I did burn a little bit of my tostones here. But that's okay because I have more. So the ones that broke apart and everything like that is not going to go to waste because it's going to go into the salad, so I wasn't to worry. But I have enough to make sandwiches. For building one. I don't know. So yeah. At the Jibarito restaurant, they must use like some really green motherfuckers because these bitches are kind of delicate. You know? They're coming out, but they're rather delicate. Like after they're crispy, they're fine. But to work with, it's a pretty delicate, like, plátano. I'm thinking, I thought mine were green. So the ones they use must be like super duper duper green. Those need a little bit more time to go soft. So yeah, moving along. I put my little pieces in there, and these are going to work as like the croutons for my salad. Got my tomatoes, nice thin slices, and that should be enough. That's a thin one. All right, save that for the salad. Right, and then they use regular old iceberg lettuce. I was going to use a different lettuce, but I thought this would be fine. I'm going to peel it off and then wash them up. So to get the lettuce nice big pieces. I'm going to cut off the stems of them, make it easier to work with. You see how now they lay nice and flat? And now I'll wash them up. Guess what? My mess is done. Oh, nice. Spoon. Stir it up. Oh, I forgot to make my garlic oil. Right back, right back. And your garlic oil is very simple. It's exactly that. It's a bunch of garlic and oil. And use olive oil. And that's what you're going to use to brush on top of the jibarito. I put the cilantro in there whole because I like the flavor of it. I'm not one of those people who taste soap, although I know a lot of people who do. Okay, put that there. Alrighty, now I'm going to grab my tostón and start building here. This one seems nice. This one too. I'm trying to get some similar size, so this one will be nice. This one. Okay, I'm going to start building. My half hour was a little bit unrealistic. This took about an hour, and mainly because there's so many components to it. And obviously if you have a restaurant, you have everything all set up and everything ready to go, and of course there's a lot of prep work before you do that. And I always think I could do things on the fly, which for an hour, this is pretty good. This is pretty good because I think I got it spot on. But I'm gonna start building. I need my aioli, just a little bit on each side. I'm gonna spread it on. Got my lettuce. Get some nice pieces on one side. Get that freshness in there. Get tomato slice. Mine were kind of big, so I'm going to use one on there. And then the star, the meat. All right. Yummy. This one's mine, so don't mind me. Right, and that's going to melt a little bit because of the hot meat. And then I'm going to use like a million spoons. Oh no, I don't use one. I need a brush. If I was a brush and I was in Jenny's kitchen, where would I be? Where would I be? That's where I'll be. Okay, now check it. Check it. Oh yeah. Be generous. Get that garlic on there. That makes the star. That's the star of the show. The garlic today. And then. Look at my rice. Now, if you eat this in Chicago, you get just as messy. That's part of the charm. So good. So very good. It needs another bite. I'm telling you, it definitely has a lot of components to it to make it, but that taste, absolutely gorgeous. I believe it's worth it. I've been munching here, so my dish does not look pretty anymore. And I actually forgot to take pictures, so I have to make another one. But so worth it. If you've been to Chicago, you've had a Jibarito, and you're craving that flavor, definitely take the time to make it. It's not so difficult. It just has a lot of components to it, and it's absolutely delicious. It's one of my favorite sandwiches. You know you want it.